Hey, good afternoon, LinkedIn. Dave Wilson of the Ring of Hire show. Hey, today subject for about 15 minutes is going to be about can you find professional staffing on social media, besides utilizing the job boards also. So be right back after this. Hey, good afternoon. Hey, today I wanted to talk about, I always talk about logistics on social media, but can you find professional staffing, from, medical, nursing, human resources, doctors, anything you can imagine from even IT. And, you get a lot of people saying, no, you can't. And that's when I always say, yes, you can. It takes a little bit longer. There's a lot to go in to find professionals because people say, well, they're not on social media. Yes, they are. They might not be on it as much. But for example, like CEOs usually have a business page and they'll hide a personal page. They'll change a name. Some people will just change their job titles, everything just so people don't know it's them. And that's okay. That's how they want it. Because if it was that easy to find somebody, the time that they do that, listen, everybody has cell phones. It doesn't matter. Everybody wants to know what's going on. And if that nurse is sitting there on their break and, when I was at a hospital a couple times this year, you see them on their cell phones, nobody's no different. But what if there was a way to get the message to them? And I'm going to show you some things here, some slides that, and you have to realize it. You have to be patient and you have to build that ad, and you really got to work it every couple of days and dial it in. But I want to show you, first of all, on the first screen that I like showing is the basic setup for an ad. And this is it right here. So this is an ad that you're going to start the process on between the text, images. And so if you don't know what Ads Manager is, I've talked about it before, and Business Suite, you need to learn this. And listen, for recruiting, this is only another tool. But can you imagine running an ad for $10 a day? Won't even spend that much. Within your certain geographics, I'm going to show you this, the demographics, I'm sorry, and you're going to be able to dial it in and maybe get one direct hire or somebody through that process. Again, it takes time just as much as trying to find passive job seekers and calling them. Why not have them come to you? So the next part is where you really want to develop the ad. So this is where I put human resources. Let's just say I was looking to hire a human resources manager, and it's probably hard to see this on your phone, but here you really can add, your text right above there, hiring, human resources manager. You can put on there, to get a message, to send them to your email, whatever you like. You develop this right in the ads. So what I mean by that is it's kind of like what you do now. If you utilize social media in high volume or anything, you post a job, apply, right? And that's great, but you're not getting the reach that you want. You can post a job on social media, and I don't care who is out there that's going to tell me any different, because I know I love social media and a passion for it, that you're getting nowhere. It's going to change so much, social media now. It's getting more expensive. Let's face it, it's going to happen. But you still, if you read up on it and study it, you can find to save money. Again, it takes time. So when you're developing your ad, right, this ad is not going to be on your business page. So if I was running an ad right now, why would I want to pay for a professional? Again, this is for IT, medical. I just put as human resources to build that ad, to create that image, or the 30-second video. We'll talk about that later, but the video through plays are a lot better. And what I mean by that is Like say you're looking for, let's just say a nurse, right? What I've learned is you need to make somebody feel the pain. I know this sounds crazy, feel the pain, but offer a solution. So if you were to put an image of a nurse, let's just say they're overworked, right? You have an image of them just, with their hands on their head, and that image is so powerful. And if you're looking to find that person, can you imagine a video ad saying, listen, are you tired of working every other weekend? Are you tired of working 15, 20 hours a day? Would you like to reach out to us and we could offer you possibly another solution? That right there is powerful, because once they open it, a professional, now not on the other side, once that professional opens it, you got them. Just like cookies, you got them. They're not going anywhere. You have them for the rest of your life on your social media page. And I'm not just saying that. It's like anything. It's like when they go to your website, you got them. You click on something, you got them. So when you're running that ad, when you're building it, there's a couple things that you want to do. And let's see here. This one here is, go up here. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. This one here is about what's your goals, right? Do you want to reach a lot of people? Engagements? Do you want people to engage in your ads? Are you looking for traffic? Which I like traffic because traffic gets me where I want to go. It gets me the specific people. And then you also have, like, if you want to get lead generation, messengers, conversions. If you have an app, you can utilize that also. And I don't get into the apps. I've never really worked on that, so I'm not familiar with it. But you have to divine where you're looking for. What do you want? And that's the most important thing, because you can really just spend money and not get any results from that. And one of the slides I want to show you here, if I pick it out right here, it is. Okay. You can see the graph. You can see, if you do see here, so I typed in human resources, right? So I typed in human resources, human resource interest, human resource management, and I picked my city, Easton, Pennsylvania, within 15 miles on the graph. I know it's hard to see, but it gives you a huge circle on your demographics where your candidates are and what you're looking for. So when you put in Easton, Pennsylvania, you look over here on the little audience definition, and it's a needle that goes red, green, yellow. You really want to try to keep it in the green, because social media actually knows how many people are in the medical field or human resources. They know, because when you type in the human resources that I told you and say Easton, if there's not a lot of people, it goes down and it's in the red. You're like, whoa. So you might have to add a couple more interests to it and watch the needle go up. If that don't work, you want to try to expand to 25 miles. And now this is for professional services. So you might have to go a little bit further, say, 50 miles. It doesn't matter. You're going to watch that as you build. And it's really creative, because it can take you up to an hour or two to make an ad. And it goes like that. And you're like, all right, I think I found some people. Again, right here. If you've never seen this kind of things before, you don't know social media. Hey, there he is. How you doing, Steve? I just saw the red thing up there. Steve's out in Utah. Great contact or colleague. You ever needs for staffing, please. He's in Utah. I don't know what's out in Utah besides animals and fields, but he's a great manager for staffing. So please reach out to him. And what I wanted to say again is, if you look here, special ad categories, employment, it is so important that you really need to go into Ad Manager and you need to click on the employment, housing, or government. Stay away from the government. Don't even say the word. I shouldn't have. Don't even look at that. So this is for professional services. So look where you're looking. You have to click on employment, or your ad's not going to go anywhere. It'll get rejected. And then you'll be in Facebook jail, or they just delete you altogether because you've gone against it. So again, there's the graph. I put in my city. I put in employment. I'm looking pretty good right there. I got my needle in the green, which is what I want. And then the next part is I develop the ad. So here it is. Human resources. We're looking for a human resources director. And what I like about it is social media, as you can see, really creates all the 6 platforms, even native ads. Native ads are the best. And that's what some of these are. These vertical, squares, horizontal, they all go into some of the websites that you see, and they're off to the side. And that's where you'll see a lot of. Again, make that ad stand out for human resources director. Find a great image. You can post 5 images of a human resource director that you're looking for, right? Images of that, and let social media find it'll choose where you set a setting, it'll choose which one is performing better. So again, you're just, if you've never seen this, look, you're developing your ads. This is just in the process of it. And you've still got a long way to go. The next point, what I like to do is you kind of keep it short. Let's just say again, either human resources, I've made this, or you're looking for an IT, Java, everything that's in the job description, you want to go under the interest. So what do human resources managers like? Google it. Or if you are one, try to find out. Look at the job. First of all, look at the job description, and you're going to make this up because right here it is. I put the job description is a little bit longer, but your headline is, I know it's hard to probably see on the phone, but your headline is, we're hiring human resource director in Easton, Pennsylvania. Let's just say, keep it short. Your primary text, you can put on there your salary range, just like a job board. Keep it a little bit shorter. But then again, right here, you can add your description. Now you can see we're almost done. We've made 3. It goes to Instagram. Every single thing here, you can preview it to see what it looks like. It gives you red. It gives you a red line if something's doesn't look correct. So you really want to concentrate on that. And sometimes it doesn't matter to me with posting an ad on any type of position, because as long as you have it and you pick out just keywords like we talked, it does work. But then also, where do people drink their coffee? Let's just say an example. Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's. Starbucks, people like to pay $10 for a cup of coffee. Dunkin' Donuts, like myself, maybe $1.50. But you get my point. Do they have golfing interest, right? Do they read at Barnes & Nobles, different stores? Where do they buy their shoes, right? You can build your candidate to what you really want. And again, this is just the beginning here. It looks intimidating, but once you get it through for a couple times, then you're ready to go ahead, and right here is preview my ad. So now I have it all set. I also want to put, it's important what you're looking for, call to action. Do you want the candidate to go to your website URL? Set it up that way, because here you have so many different options. Your links, you can put in your links, add feeling activity. I don't really get into that, but call to action, get messages. Or again, website, the messages for professional services, I've never had any success there. And I'm being truthful. They're not really going to, you never know. You never know. I'm not going to say never. But normally you can put your website URL. That's what I recommend. So put the URL of your company it doesn't matter for the position, but make sure that URL hits the page automatically. You have to make it easy. Like we talked about yesterday, the candidate experience. Can you imagine trying to find a professional on social media? Again, some people say no. It can take up a month to 2 months. That ad has to really learn, and I've said that before, and I'm going to talk about it. You're putting that ad out there, and you're going to see how many people have clicked on it. You hope they do, right? You get them to click on it. Maybe they haven't applied, but that's okay. You have your name out there, right? But you have them because they looked at it. So they're the kind of things that you want to engage. You want to keep this ad engaging so you get them. So now, here are the ads all ready to go. Boom, we got it all done. And then we're going to publish it. You're going to publish it, and you're going to put sometimes, listen, I would put down, for professional services within about a 25-mile radius, I'd spend about $100. It could run you for 7 to 10 days. You're not going to spend all that. Make sure you put in a daily amount. Like if you want to spend $5 a day at the most, $10. I know it sounds crazy for professional services. But what if You got one human resources or, nice salary, an RN, one. And it took you 2 months on that ad to find one. You got to look at it that way and say, wow, that cost versus value, you saved. But you really need to concentrate, because I have this ad on my phone, running, and I would look at it every day, just see how it's performing, see who's looking at it, what gender, what age, because then you can really make an adjustment off of that. We don't age discriminate. We can't do that. And that's totally perfect, and understand that. But you can also go after your targeted audience. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just trying to just funnel them in right to your ad, right to your website, the employment part, and get a hold of you and reach out. So again, messages, no. Website, yes. Then the fun part. I got one more thing here. The best part of this whole thing, as I've talked about before, is saved audiences. So here's all my saved audiences. I mean, I had Forklift, I had Housing, Office Space, Nestle. I had audiences plus 1%, and I'll explain that. These are all ads that I've run. So if I had run an ad for customer service reps, I have one, right? I let it run for a week or two, and I save that audience and I name it what it's called. So if I was looking for human resources, which I have one on there, boom, human resources. I ran it for 10, 15 days, boom. The next thing that's the most I'm excited to try is, I've never done it yet. When you save that audience, now you want to go back and make your second ad. So you click on that saved audience, right? For, say, human resources. You run another ad for human resources, but you add that to it. There's a scale that's 1% to 10%. So every time you take it up, say I would take this ad to 2% plus my saved audience. When I go up to 2%, now what's going to happen is, think of this. You have your parents are doctors or nurses, right? You might be in customer service, and you've seen this ad. By increasing it 1% to 2% to 3%, it's kind of like if you have family members in the fields that we've placed, higher positions, it literally will find and go up higher. I've never gone above 3%. But for professional services, think about that, up to 10%. So it's going to, your audience is going to shrink. Because let's face it, if you're looking for a doctor, I'm not going to sit here and say I could find a doctor tomorrow or within 2 weeks, but you never know. You never know. So you increase that percentage, and that's what's going to help you try to find that candidate. It's just going to work. Again, patience, adjustments. You're going to look at this ad. You're going to go back to it every 2 or 3 days. You're going to tweak it, but you got to let it get past its learning cycle. Let it go. Don't listen. I've learned, don't touch it. Just let it go. You can put $2 a day. You can put $5. You set the start and the end and the amount you want to spend on a day, because it'll stop. Now, I used to pause years ago. I would pause my ads at night. And then when I had some training, she was like, the Facebook expert, no, don't do that. They know it's nighttime. My audience for my social media and LinkedIn, even LinkedIn, I can tell, and I'm going to show you how, what my conversions are. I can see everything. So what I mean by that is, when I go over here to Hootsuite and I do all my job postings, this is all my websites, and website, job boards, YouTube, LinkedIn, my personal pages, my DJ business, all in one platform. And what's nice about that is I can go right on my phone app. I can go right at nighttime, build my ad off my cell. It's that easy. You do that, you publish, and my audience, it won't send it out only between 9 a.m. and 6 to 6:30. It really won't, because about 7 o'clock, if I put an ad, right, 7 p.m. at night, if I'm lucky, sometimes it'll be published at 10:34 or 10:30. You know what I mean? It's weird, but it knows my audience, even on LinkedIn, with the insights of this platform right here called Hootsuite. If you utilize it correctly, Google your business, every single thing can be run off these tools. So that was what I wanted to show you today. I kept it only 5 minutes over. So again, can you imagine finding professional services type positions on social media? Don't say no. Don't. You say no, we say yes. Again, one direct hire. Can you imagine in 2 months? Now you kept that ad running, right? 2 months. The direct hire fee that you're going to get at the cost versus the job boards. Now you're still going to utilize the job boards for professional services. You have to. There's no way around that. I'll give that. You need to. I mean, there's no other way besides social media, the job boards, all your social media platforms, and LinkedIn. You know, LinkedIn's one of your top areas here to find professionals. So everybody, I hope you have a great day. And again, the Ring of Hire show, I always like bringing some guests and interview. If you're looking for a job, please reach out. We'll get you on the show here, interview you live. I don't care what state, interview you live for free. And all it takes is one person on LinkedIn to see you. And the story tells it best. You might get an interview from it. So I will talk to everybody soon and have a great day.